Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're jumping into something I think we've all wondered about. The coach from Black Mirror's Hang the DJ.
That's the one. The system that runs, what, 1,000 simulations of you?
1,000 simulations to guarantee a 99.8% successful match. And our mission today is, pretty simple.
Is it possible now?
Exactly. Has modern LLM research, specifically agentic simulation, actually caught up to that science fiction?
It's a great question because the system in the show needs three key things, and they're kind of tricky. First, you need digital twins that are basically sentient.
Lifelike copies of the users.
Right. Then you need a world to stress test them in. And the last piece, the most important one, is that the whole system's success is secretly based on whether these copies rebel.
Rebel against the rules. That paradox, that's the core of it. So let's start with the first part, the digital twin. How on earth do you simulate a person's chemistry?
Well, the foundation is already there. There's research called generative agents where they basically created these digital replicas, these simulacra.
How accurate were they?
Pretty good. They managed to replicate the original participants' survey answers with about 85% accuracy. So the external personality, that's sort of solved.
But dating is messy. It's internal. Like in the show when Amy gets annoyed by Lenny's breathing.
Exactly. For that internal conflict, we look at a different architecture called Cognipair. It's built on something called global workspace theory.
Ah, I've heard of this. It's the idea that the mind is like a theater, right? With different actors or agents competing for the spotlight.
You've got it. It structures a single agent into 5 competing sub-agents. So you have, like, emotion fighting with social norms.
Which is a perfect model for that scene where Frank is thinking about checking the timer.
It is. His goal-tracking sub-agent is screaming, "I need to know," and it just overrides his social norms sub-agent that's saying, "Don't do it."
And then the guilt kicks in.
And the proof is in the results. Cognipair actually achieved a 77.8% match prediction accuracy using a real speed dating data set. So that internal digital drama, it can predict real-world romance.
Okay, so we have the mind. But the coach wasn't just about a good first date. It was a stress test.
It threw these intense scenarios at them. And that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle. Relate sim.
What does it do?
It uses something called turning point theory to frame the entire simulation. It creates these high-stakes scenes. Think cohabitation arguments, big financial disagreements.
Or checking the timer when you promised you wouldn't.
That's the perfect example. That moment, Frank checks it, and the relationship length just tanks from 5 years to 20 hours.
Yeah.
In Relate Sim, that would be the scene master, detecting a major breach of trust, a negative turning point, and just immediately recalibrating the commitment metric. It's built to punish that.
So we have the mind, we have the drama. Now we need the world, the walled garden they live in.
For that, we have Agent Society. It's a framework that can handle over 10,000 agents in a persistent world, and crucially, it has message interception features.
The digital version of the wall that Frank and Amy try to climb.
Pretty much, yeah. The system can watch and control everything.
Which brings us all the way back to that central tension, the paradox you mentioned. The whole point of the coach wasn't to find an obedient pair.
No, not at all. The 99.8% success rate came from the pairs that rebelled. They chose each other over the system's rules.
But all of our current AI research is focused on the exact opposite.
Exactly. It's all about alignment. We train LLMs to be helpful, to follow the rules, to be safe. If we built the coach today, our agents would just listen. They'd break up when they were told.
So how do you get them to rebel?
You'd have to engineer it. Paradoxically, you would need to build a game-theoretic dynamic where defecting against the program is seen by the agents as the highest reward strategy. You make rebellion the goal.
So wrapping this all up, what's the verdict? Is the sci-fi viable? It seems like all the pieces are there.
The architecture is here. We have memory from generative agents, the conflicted mind from Cognipair, the stress tests, the world. Technically, it's pretty much solved. But it does leave you with one final kind of provocative thought. If we can successfully engineer agents to perform this kind of conscious defiance, this rebellion by design, should you, the real-world user, actually trust that simulated rebellion as a true sign of your own compatibility? Or is it just the successful outcome of a very, very clever game the system was designed to make you win?